Welcome to 10-Minute Daily Reality Check. David Weigand here with John Keegan. Hey, John.
Yeah.
Some people fucking can't handle the truth.
That's for fucking sure. Some people are really offended easily by the truth. And I mean, we live in a time where every asshole on every corner is offended by something some other asshole said on a different corner. It's just the age of being offended. I mean, so easily. And what's the funny thing is it's the age of playing the victim. Right, and the victim is always offended, and you know, so many people talking about self-help and self-improvement, and then that turns into, you know, law of attraction, and that turns into you know, I'm a superior spiritual creature, and what I see all around me is a bunch of people devolving into being offended and playing the victim.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I see people who don't want to hear, or they want something to be a certain way. You know, they're structured and they don't want to hear the truth about things, and they find things offensive, and they're opinionated, and they're Yelp review people and Amazon review people and everything else, and they've got all this anger, and they continually take courses, and they read, and they do everything, yet they're still fucking pissed off.
Let's put it down to what it is. You got a bunch of people. Let's be real. The Yelp people and the Amazon people.
Are we going to talk about Yelp people?
Yeah, all these people, yeah. Let's be real. Really real. These are people in any other...
Don't bang.
Sorry.
You're going to kill the mic. You know what's going to happen? Then they're going to write a review of the podcast and go, this guy continues hit things, and it sounds like there's an explosion.
Well, let's talk about it. And let's be brutally honest. These are people who, in the history of all time, would have been eaten by animals and thrown into the woods. These are people who never took the time to develop themselves spiritually, never took the time to get some backbone in life. Instead, they're passive-aggressive people, and they take whatever little power they can to destroy other people's lives. That's what I think about Yelp people.
You know what I think about Yelp people?
Yeah.
It's funny because when I read reviews, TripAdvisor reviews, Amazon reviews, or anything else, I think to myself, they must have a lot of free time.
Yeah,
I mean, who is Judy from Minnesota? Right. And she's going to tell me not to stay in this hotel in San Francisco, right? Judy's all of a sudden has all this power. Amy from White Plains, New York, tells you that this hotel in Fiji is bad.
Yeah, Amy probably never did a fucking thing in her life. Meanwhile, there's someone running a hotel day in and day out trying to make a go at it, and she's going to shit all over their thing because the pillow didn't have a fucking chocolate on it. Fuck you, Amy.
I know, seriously. Amy from White Plains, go back to White Plains.
Go back to White Plains.
I don't understand all these reviews and people write. I mean, I sit there. Sometimes it's so funny. And to be honest, no offense to anybody who lives in Dallas or anybody who lives in Minnesota or anywhere else, but I got to tell you something. The only time I ever really read a review is I'll skim down and I'll find somebody who lives in Santa Monica or Marina del Rey or New York City, because those are my people. Not that you're all not my people, not that you're not all amazing, incredible people, but we're all different from all different parts of the country. So I'll be honest with you. I see a review from someone who lives in Norman, Oklahoma, and I see a review from someone who lives in New York City. I'm going to weigh a little bit more to the New York City
because
person.
It's just, you know, that's the kind of places you frequent. They probably value similar things you value. So
different people, different struggles.
Get the similar point of view, whereas someone in Norman, Oklahoma would probably read somebody's review from Arkansas than somebody from Venice, California, because it's just different lifestyles.
Here's what I like about reviews, okay?
Yeah, now you're saying you like something about it?
There's something I like about reviews, okay? What it does is the service industry is kept on their toes. They have to actually report to the general public.
America does have the best service in the world.
Which I like. I like that. I like the fact that, you know, the Hyatt in Regency Park, Oklahoma, or the Hyatt in Dallas, Texas, has to really do everything well in order to make the American public happy. I like that, okay? Because I've been to hotels before Yelp, and people just don't give a shit. So service has actually gotten better because nobody wants to have a negative review on TripAdvisor or Yelp or Amazon or anything else, right? So I like that. I think that's fantastic, right? But We've turned the world into a mini bunch of Siskel and Eberts running around. Hello, this is Siskel and Ebert for TripAdvisor. Hello, this is Siskel and Ebert for Yelp. I think we've given the power to too many people. There's angry people out there that consistently like to bitch because their life sucks. They take no responsibility for their life. They can't look in the mirror. They can't take responsibility for the things that go wrong in their life, so they look to blame other people.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Please do.
I'm a professional dating and lifestyle coach, right? I had a guy, I won't say his name, although I should.
Please do.
I should say his name.
Say his name.
Let me think of it.
Say his name.
I have to remember his name, honestly, because
he was that memorable.
Yeah, here's why he's memorable. He came to me, signed up for a one-on-one coaching package with me.
I remember this story. Tell them all this story.
12 2-hour sessions. He works with me personally, one-on-one, and I go on a journey with him to help him become a socially calibrated man. And in his case, he was a very, left-brain guy who was working in the tech industry, and he just moved to
Artemis.
Yeah, Artemis, basically. Yeah. He just moved to New York from somewhere in the Midwest, and they brought him over because he was good at whatever, hacking or coding or whatever he was up to. And we met. I met him in person. I didn't just do it over the phone. I met him in person. I talked to him about what the course would be like. We met. He understood. Okay. I told him how much the cost was. He agreed. He showed up to the first session without the money. Right? He showed up to the first session without the total payment, right? So he then took the whole first session, which was 2 hours of me and him hanging out. And I have to be honest, he was the worst first session I've ever had. It was really sad in the sense that I was just saying, hey, listen, we're going to do some meditation. He couldn't do it. I said, let's try to, visualize yourself, seeing yourself being a social person. We stopped in a quiet place. Went through a meditation, a guided visualization, and he couldn't see himself being social. He couldn't see himself getting what he wants. He couldn't see himself being a happy guy, and it was sad. So then I said, well, look, just follow me and watch me. I'm going to say hi to some people. I just want you to show you what it's like, just that people aren't scary. I'm just going to wave at them, and some of them will smile back at me, and some of them will wave. So I went, I waved at them, I smiled, I said hello, I had some conversations, and he started to kind of sweat and rub the top of his forehead, it was clearly he had some serious issues, right? So we stopped, we sat, we talked, and I said, listen, next few sessions I'm going to bring in some role play people so that we can just leave the social world. And, it's a one-on-one program, and I'm going to work with this guy and help him get where he's going. So we agreed on that. I get an email for the 2 hours before the next session, which was 5 days later or whatever. And it says, hey, John, I'm going to get some arm sleeve tattoos. Going to get some arm sleeve tattoos, and that's going to be pretty pricey. I'm not going to do the course. I'm going to go ahead and invest in that. So, psychologically, if you just look at that statement, instead of investing in myself, he
was investing in his arm.
Yeah, no, he was hiding behind. He was hiding. He was going to hide behind his arm sleeve tattoos.
The guy behind the beard.
Yeah, and he's going to try and draw on a fucking personality. He's not going to deal with who he is. He's not going to deal with his problems. He's going to literally paint over his problems. And that's what he's going to do. So I text him back and I said, hey man, why don't we just get on the phone and talk about it and see where you're at. And I'm going to look up his name just because he was really an asshole. I'm going to finish this. So he wouldn't respond. And then finally I said, look, man, I don't know. Sorry about this, but you took a 2-hour session with me. We already had agreed on this total package price. I'm not going to be an asshole and tell you, you owe me this or that, but you do owe me for the session that you took. I'd already given him like an hour and a half free consultation,
No, I know. You give long free consultation.
Yeah, so it was already that. Now we've done a 2-hour session where I've never worked harder in my life because the guy was having a psychotic breakdown and where the fuck was wrong with him, right? So, so then he's like, oh, I don't owe you for that. That was a free consultation. Now I know clearly We already did a free consultation, and that was a session, you know? And it was clear that it was a session, and I clearly said at the end of that session, look, it's cool you didn't pay me this time. Bring all the payment next time, right? And he's okay. So then we went back and forth. Finally, I said, listen, you have to pay me. And then he PayPal'd me the money, whatever the session costs, right? Then I get an alert from Yelp. I have a Yelp account, but I never use it. You know, ever. Like, I mean, I have it for my business. No one's ever written on it. I just started it like 10 years ago. I forgot about it. All of a sudden, I have my first review on Yelp.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah. So we should really pull this review up. But basically, this guy goes on this horrible, nasty, negative tirade about how I'm a shyster and how I'm ripping people off and how I'm this and how I'm that. And it was just exactly what I'm talking about. This spineless, backboneless coward, this pussy of a man, this coward, this weakling, goes on and tries to trash my business of 10 years where I've focused on really helping people transform their lives day in and day out. It's not a $1 billion business. I'm in there. I'm in the dirt. And I'm helping these people go to their next level. And this punk goes and does that. So the idiot didn't realize that I knew his name. On his Yelp review, he puts his little fake name. You know, it's a little fake MO.
Oh, I love the fake name. Let's hide
coward name.
Let's hide behind the internet name, the superhero name that we are.
Yeah, he's a troll. That's a troll name.
You know what?
Right?
You know, and a lot of these dating experts that a lot of you get advice from, guess what they are, folks? They're internet trolls with fake names.
Fake names.
And you know what?
Yeah,
I can expose some of them, but I'm not going to because that's not who I am. I'll let you figure out whose name is real and whose name is not. And a lot of you people out there who rave about some of these coaches and these coaches who aren't even that good because you rave about somebody who's not even real.
Hey, you can't step up and use your real name. And I got to say that David and I may be the two of the only few that actually have real names. We come out, we say who we are, and we say what we believe in, and we go all out, and we stand by who we are, and therefore you know you're getting a real person where almost all these other people are hiding behind a pseudonym. Which is basically what we're trying to do is get people to love and accept themselves, and these people aren't even loving and accepting themselves. So, but anyway, back to this guy. When he paid me through PayPal, his full name came through. Right.
Of course it did.
Right? So then I wrote back and I said, hey, here's your full name. You better remove that, cease and desist. You better remove that right away. Now, I could have, got a lawyer, which I would have immediately. But I also could have just said, I know your name and you're out seeking dating. And I could have embarrassed him or humiliated him or whatever, right? So anyway, I trolled him back and within 10 minutes, the thing was removed. But anyway, that's my little angry rant. I'm not going to share the loser's name. But that's the kind of people and that's the kind of society we're living in where these cowards who can't go up and tell people how they feel in real life, who can't communicate their actual feelings, are sort of in charge. They're running around like doing drive-by shootings on the internet, while they hide in their little room in their warm, fuzzy socks.
Yeah, it's so funny. I had a guy one time want a refund for a program.
Yeah.
He says, I don't want this program, it didn't work. And he listed the 17 things that he learned. Right?
Right.
17 things that he learned, right?
Yeah.
And then he says, but there was one thing you said on the sales page that wasn't in there, and I didn't know what that was, so I want a refund. These other 17 things, he even admitted, were things that, I can just do. And then I wrote him back, and I said to him, I tell you what. I said, why don't you do these 17 things? Try them out and see if it works. Because he threatened me by writing a bad review. And I said, and why don't you do these 17 things for 30 days? And I'll let you keep the program for free, and I'll also refund you right now. Because you know what I'm going to do? If you're so good at writing reviews, why don't you write a review after you actually did something and stuck with it for 30 fucking days? Because that's all it takes to change a habit is 30 days.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of, the review people.
Yeah.
We have a life. We're all making a living. If somebody really screwed you over, then you know what? Confront them first. Allow them. Talk to them. Say, hey, I had a bad experience working with you. Can we work something out? Or I didn't like your style of coaching. What can we do about it? Or I bought this program and I think it might be the wrong one for me. And I do that all the time with people who buy a program. They say it might be the wrong one. I said, and I'll write them back and say, tell me what you really want to learn and let me offer a different program in exchange for that, right? Instead of contacting people, we write negative reviews. We're like, I'm going to get that guy because that hotel or that dating coach ripped me off, or Amazon, that person ripped me off with that electric toothbrush, or this person ripped me off. And we're always thinking someone ripped us off, and that's victim mentality. So for all of you out there that like to just consistently rip people apart on Yelp and other things, let me tell you something, all right? A lot of these people are working their asses off. Why don't you confront them and actually talk to them? Email to email. I don't even say face-to-face because that doesn't work anymore. Phone call to phone call. Right. But why don't you log an email? And why don't you see how that person will treat you? Because you may actually make a great new friend, or you might actually learn something, or they might offer you a different program or product. And I know when I have a bad experience at a hotel, I don't ever write a review. I go to the front desk guy and say, hey, look, there are people next door to me that were noisy all night long. What can you do for me? Right? And they'll give you a free night, and they'll give you free food because they want to make you happy. They don't want to sit there and answer, Dear Amy from Minnesota, we're so sorry you had a bad experience at our hotel. And next time, so come on, people, stop doing reviews. If something is negative, then take it up with the people there and give them an opportunity to fix it. Because that's what people in the service industry want to do. But writing something nasty on Yelp, making yourself feel better, I'm sorry, that's it. That's fucking reality.
Well, I think that's enough for today, right?
I'm done.
But I think, this, the victim, every time you're a victim, check yourself, because you're not a victim. Check yourself, because it just leads into the next low vibrational, low frequency thing. Anyway.
Self-advice. What was that? What's the
anyway, come on back tomorrow for more self-help that doesn't suck.